It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. If you're waiting until you feel talented enough to make it, you'll never make it. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. If I have a platform and a voice, I should use it for my people. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone. Loving yourself is required for authentic relationships. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. I know the joy of fishes in the river through my own joy as I go walking along the same river. Life is too short when you think of the length of death. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. Sometimes the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes. Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge. Life provides chances to open your heart all the time. Make your lives a masterpiece. You only get one canvas. But every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This would diminish his enthusiasm. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Nothing happens until something moves. Health is hearty. Health is harmony. Health is happiness. One day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. What is to be, will be, and no prayers of ours can arrest the decree. If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough. He who is highly esteemed is not easily conspired against. It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. No matter how good you get, you can always get better, and that's the exciting part. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. Anyone who does anything creative is always going to want to change. Each star is a mirror reflecting the truth inside you. A single death is a tragedy. 1,000,000 deaths is a statistic. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty. I cannot trust a man to control others who cannot control himself. We need to be fit and ready for anything that might come our way. I knew I was alone in a way that no earthling has ever been before. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Every act of goodness is born from our desire to be happy. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. We are good to others only because we think that that is or will be good for us. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Life isn't about escaping, but it's all about experiencing. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. Old ways won't open new doors. Celebrate true friends. They are a part of you that always sparkles. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. What is of the greatest importance in war is extraordinary speed. One cannot afford to neglect opportunity. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. I do not know everything, still many things I understand. One who has few must prepare against the enemy. One who has many makes the enemy prepare against him. Strange, what being forced to slow down could do to a person. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. Become braver, stronger, wiser, kinder, and you will become better. We never live. We are always in the expectation of living. Generally in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect. There is no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. Remember, if you play small, you stay small. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. Recognizing power in another does not diminish your own. I wouldn't have missed a single minute of it, not for the whole world. It's not the men in your life that matters, it's the life in your men. In business, professionalism is not a tactic, but a moral value. Either you want change or you want comfort, but you can't have both. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. I'd rather hear an ugly truth rather than an obscure lie. Faster, faster, until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death. All is mystery, but he is a slave who will not struggle to penetrate the dark veil. Without local guides, Your enemy employs the land as a weapon against you. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. We may be small and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. Everything, no matter how beautiful, is only with us for a while. Life is like an onion. You peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes you weep